First of all, I would like to thank the organizers of this event for inviting me on behalf of the Ministry of Defense and the Rwanda Defense Force. Today's topic is very important in the sense that we'll be given an opportunity to discuss security matters in the Great Lakes region. We all know that Africa faces a wide range of security challenges, ranging from violent criminality in different parts of the continent, and we have cities where the government has ceded parts of the city to criminals, and they are okay with that. And then we also have intercommunal violence, where there are communities fighting against each other based on ethnicity, tribe, and the like. And sometimes government has given up on these contradictions, if not actually supported one group against the other. It's a common thing. I can give many examples as we go along. The third is cross-border insurgency. Internal and cross-border insurgency in a given conflict situation. And then lastly, terrorism. Now, these are the major security issues that Africa is confronted with. All these challenges tend to hinder socio-economic transformation. And very many reasons you will not have foreign direct investment in such countries. We will also have a problem with migration and refugee crisis coming out of that complex situation. And lastly, of course, poverty will be exacerbated in the process, undermining efforts to attain peace and stability. Therefore, it is government's primary responsibility to address the root causes of all these problems. You cannot outsource the solution. You cannot make the solution become a foreign responsibility. Never. The moment you do that, you are failing from the get-go. So to ensure security and stability, it is important that government works with itself, within, but also without collaboration with regional entities, diplomacy, in order to address cross-border security matters. So, and I think you talked about it, the fact that we need to be part of these regional organizations, ICGL, AU, East African Community, etc. And this is why our government has a multi-pronged approach in dealing with these security challenges. We have at least ticked all the boxes in trying to find solutions to these critical security issues. Now, I want to say something, that Rwanda is a classic example. We have ticked all those boxes of insecurity in the past, in 1994. At least no one will say that we had a very safe and secure nation. And that is why I want us to look at Rwanda as a blueprint of a state that recovered from anarchy. When I was in Fort Leavenworth in 2013, I read a book by a gentleman called Robert Kaplan, in which he predicted doom for Africa. But he held certain factors constant in his argument. And I remember I wrote a thesis on that. I mean, a paper, not a thesis, a paper on his points of view. And, he was basically stressing how anarchy is going to destroy the African continent. He said, actually, how society, crime, overpopulation, tribalism, and disease are rapidly destroying the social fabric in the African continent. And he gave examples. So Rwanda was a classic case in his observations. But guess what? We actually we defeated his argument. Our story is a story of success in terms of reversing a trend, a clear trend in which a society that was destined for doom recovered quite successfully over a period of less than 20, because we've had a period of about 10 years after the 1994 genocide, in which we have had stability that is unchecked, that is unimpeded. Therefore, the issues that we are facing in the region today can be reversed. The DRC, the Eastern DRC, has similar contradictory ethnic arrangements that cause chaos, similar to Rwanda. And therefore, they just have to make political decisions that will solve these problems. It's very clear. We had a worse scenario where 1 million people were slaughtered in 100 days. Today, the Eastern DRC, people are being eaten for their ethnicity. They are being banned. In Uvira currently, they are saying we don't want any Tutsi, even if they are geographically, historically meant to be there. And government is okay with that. So my primary argument here is that we have lived that story. And therefore, we have the moral authority to advise on how best certain communities can improve the status quo. So Eastern DRC can be improved in such a way if they have good governance. So it's a question of poor governance, poor decisions, political will. The moment a leader chooses a path of divisionism, sectarianism, hate, and discrimination, then you are destined for continuous anarchy. The moment you choose to fight against these aspects that divide society, then you are bound to succeed like we did. I thank you very much.